Well, we're back. More boards review. This time with Dr. Rowe. Shall we look at some visual perception, sensory function type stuff?
Let's give it our best shot here.
In a patient with suppression. Ooh, this is a worth 4-dot test. There's 4 dots. They will see blank or blank dots depending on which eye is being suppressed.
And they did a good job with how they set up this question because they're not saying which eye has the red lens over it, so they'll go and take care of that. So if you're suppressing with one of them, you will see 2 dots, and the other one you will see 3 dots.
I like it. There it is.
And there we go. A fun fact, one of my professors always called this the worthless 4-dot test. But that was because she was a strab herself, so she could never appreciate it, so she thought it was worthless.
Oh, that is worthless for her. Okay, we're going to move on. In a patient with atropia, their fixating eye may view an image. Oh, I'm already lost. What am I looking at? And the deviated eye will view that image through an extrafoveal point.
The area of retina between the fovea, the deviating eye, and the extrafoveal point of fixation will be suppressed. This read going is called the scotoma zone, the suppression zone, just
like a fusional area. Oh man, I don't know on this one. Should we take a look?
Let's look. Suppression scotoma. Okay,
you had that. All right, binocular suppression scotoma. We got it.
We'll go for that. In the condition blank, one eye is suppressed to the degree that it remains abnormal even when the fellow eye is uncovered. So under monocular conditions. So what condition under monocular conditions still has a level of suppression?
It's not just good old-fashioned amblyopia, is it?
We can find out.
Let's take a look. Oh,
look at
amblyopia!
That.
But there's a lot of types of amblyopia worth reviewing, right? You've got your strabismic, you've got your refractive, your deprivational. A lot of things can cause amblyopia.
Yep, and it's important to remember that with amblyopia, it has to be from a non-organic cause. So if you have someone who has optic atrophy or a really bad coloboma, then that's not going to be amblyopia by definition.
Nice. We're warmed up. We're just on a roll now. Let's go. Suppression can be detected using the 4 base in or base out test. I want to say in. It feels like a 50-50 for me.
Base out.
Oh, but why? Oh my gosh, base out. No movement.
I will tell you, I can't explain why. Another thing to remember with this, and actually this question did do a good job of that, we use the 4 base out test typically to check for a microtropia. But the 4 base out test does not diagnose microtropia. It only confirms that there is a suppression zone that is within 4 prism diopters.
Okay, well, you nailed that one. I like it. Oh no, now we got to ask about 4 base out. In it, an eye may be suppressing if when introduced with 4 base out prism. The eye, we just saw it on the last slide. If I would have paid attention. Help me out.
So on this one, the eye will stay still on a 4 base out one. And that's because of the fact that when you're moving that image, if you're still within that suppression zone, that scotoma zone, then you are not going to have any sense for the eye to do any other movement within it. So.
Can I just take you with me to take boards? That would be so nice.
If we could take all of us, just put all of our brains together, we'd have the perfect score every year.
Somebody will know the answer. If a patient is suppressing during vergence ranges, the image the patient is receiving with a non-suppressing eye will appear to move in the direction of the base or apex. Oh, that's a really good review of Prism. I know the image moves towards the apex. Is that still the answer here then? It feels opposite.
I'm thinking it's going to be more towards the base because if it's moving, if you think about here's the eye right here, you have a base in.
Yeah.
Then the image is moving that way. And so the eye is going to, actually, if you go and point it out like that, if the image is going to move that way, then the eye is going to want to follow it that way. So yeah, actually.
We think the apex then?
I'm thinking more towards the apex now.
I'm so nervous. Okay,
there we go.
It's the apex.
Use your hands. Draw things out.
Don't be afraid to use the hands. Okay. The view through, a Bagolini. This is like a baguette. I don't know what a Bagolini lens with striations at 45 degrees.
What I like about that, though, is that you said Bagolini and baguette. You went from Italian over to French with this.
Well, so,
striations at 45 degrees. I'm assuming the answer is going to be 9 degrees away from it, so you would see the orientation at 135 degrees.
I was thinking the same. I hope we're right. Yes. Nice. 135. The depth of suppression using a Bagolini lens can be measured by a neutral density filter in front of... No, I think I know this one.
Okay.
Neutral density is going to penalize the better eye, right? So aren't we going to want to put the neutral density filter in front of the non-suppressing eye?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Wait! Oh, that's opposite. What is going on here? If the checkerboard pattern is not seen, one of the eyes
I don't agree with this answer.
Well, neither do I.
Because if you, like exactly like you said, like the neutral density filter is going to penalize the eye, and so if the eye's already suppressing, then why are you going to penalize that eye even further?
Yeah, you're checking the depth of suppression. So, all right, that's going to be a fact check. We're going to go to instant replay later and see if we can figure that one out. Hey. So aren't we going to want to put the neutral density filter in front of the non-suppressing eye?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Pass interference. Defense number 40.
Blank occurs when the information from each individual eye is combined, resulting in greater visual performance. Ooh.
Binocularity.
That sounds like a good answer. Additive, summation. What word would describe synergy? Synergism?
Ocular synergism.
There has to be some fancy. Yeah, ocular synergism.
Binocular summation.
It was one of those. All right. Under normal
binocular conditions, critical flicker frequency will be higher, the same, or lower under binocular conditions than under monocular conditions. So critical flicker frequency, when you have, it's talking about the threshold level of seeing like that flicker within the fluorescent light to some that impacts traumatic brain injury patients quite a lot. And in their case, they will end up having a higher threshold, which means that they're able to perceive the flicker more. So under normal binocular conditions, I believe it ends up being a lower, like the critical flicker frequency will be lower.
I like where you're going, and I don't know if I can add much more to that, and that is... Oh, that's a painful one. But I think so critical flicker frequency will be higher. Both eyes together can perceive something at a higher flicker frequency.
Yes.
Right? Better than what a single monocular could.
Yeah, and then that threshold level can get upset if you have an abnormal binocular condition.
Okay, that's a good one. Oh, checkpoint! That's great. I'm ready for some more.
I feel like a 6% master.